So CMAs can find their way in any case as long as they are able to help any business. But there are two routes. One is the student route. So when you go down the student route, right, you just need to be a full-time student. You are asking GPT, for example, throw you questions on CMA US, the kind of companies, first of all, that are hiring CMA. Hey guys, welcome to Zell, where it's all about finance, accounts, and everything that counts. Today we're going to talk about CMA US as part of our mega series episodes where we talk about different finance and accounting qualifications such as ACCA, CPA, CFA, CMA, FRM to help you make the right decision for 2026. We're stepping into our 10th year of shaping futures and helping lakhs of students launch their careers. So to mark this milestone, we've lined up something special. Every 3 months, one lucky winner gets a CMA scholarship from Zell. So stick around till the end of the video to know exactly how you can take part. CMA, Certified Management Accountant, the US-based qualification conducted by the IMA body, Institute of Management Accountant. Of course, this body exists in the US, but it also has offices in India. And in India, CMA US has exploded specifically since the pandemic. There's also CMA India, but of course, in this video, we're going to talk about CMA US. If you want to understand the difference between CMA India and US, we have a video made for you. Now, what is CMA about? The crux of it is, let's say that you want to work in Google, right? And you want to enter the ground level of Google in the finance department and you want to rise up the ladder. How do you do that? The best way is to help Google make more money or save more money. So how do you do that? So let's say you look at all the Google offerings that we have, right? There's obviously Google Ads, you have YouTube, you have Google Drive, you have Gmail, you have Maps, you have etc. Just unlimited amount of things. As a Google employee in the finance department, if you understand, you take all the data, take it pricing, take off geographies, take off customer demand, etc., put into a case study and present it to your senior in such a way that it helps Google make more money. So you tell the senior that, look, I think in India as a market, YouTube is rising. YouTube Premium is rising and currently the price is 129 rupees per month. I think if you make it 135 rupees, for example, it won't matter to the Indian audience, yet Google will make crores and crores of more rupees per month with no extra cost. Example, you give all of this kind of data to your senior. If it works out, then of course you have more value and you start rising up Google's ladder. This is what CMA teaches you. This is what management accounting is all about. So let's start it. So what is the eligibility criteria for CMA? Well, number one, you have to have cleared grade 12 for you to be eligible to give the exam. However, to finish the CMA exam, not only do you give the exams, but you need 2 years of work experience and you need to be a graduate. That's when you become a CMA member. But to register, you just need to have given grade 12. Over and above, there are two routes. One is the student route. So when you go down the student route, right, you just need to be a full-time student with some degrees. You might be doing college, MBA, etc. Something which is a full-time education degree or qualification. And if you don't have that, you get into the professional route. There is a slight fee savings that will happen if you are a student. Nothing else changes. Next, let's talk about the academic structure. So CMA has two parts, part 1 and part 2, as you can see on the screen. Part 1 is about financial analysis and performance, or you can think about it being more about accounts, and part 2 is strategic financial management, so it's more about finance. Now, when it comes to the exam duration, you can complete CMA comfortably within 1 year. Some take lesser time, some take more time. When it comes to the exam window, when do I give the CMA exam? CMA has certain exam windows. So between Jan and Feb, you can register and appear for any of the parts. Then between May and June, the exam windows open up. And once again in September and October, they open up. Next comes the passing mark. So the CMA exams are around 500 marks and you need 360, which is 72% to clear the CMA exam. And when it comes to the passing rate, which means out of 10 candidates across the globe, 4 to 5 end up clearing. Of course, here because we have infrastructure and faculties and experts, the passing rate is higher. Lastly, the exam structure and pattern. Well, first of all are computer-based exams, and it's a mix of multiple choice objective questions as well as essay writing subjective questions. Also, guys, I've seen that students who are, or actually even working professionals who use AI to help them with their CMA qualification are actually killing it. Because again, AI is not replacing your knowledge for CMA or finance or accounts. But as a student, once you understand certain concepts, you've practiced a little bit, you are asking GPT, for example, to throw you questions on CMA US and throw questions in a way that bases your answer. It keeps asking you questions on your weaker topics. It acts as a taker kind of a person. So you can ask GPT to ensure that it asks you quick questions, bullet type of questions to help you prepare as well. If you're a working professional, I've seen people knowing what to ask GPT. Like I gave you in Google's example, if you know what you have to ask, because what you have to ask is basis your knowledge of CMA, but then GPT does a lot of the heavy lifting, right? You don't have to go and research what does Google make when it comes to different countries, different channels of income, how much did they make last year. Earlier you had to manually do all of this. Now GPT answers, gives you all the data, and then you use your own brains, own analysis to, like I said, save Google money or make Google more money. But you can really save yourself or your team members hours of work if you know exactly what is the right way to prompt AI. But once you understand both of this, even for interviews, people are actually using AI for CMA specific interviews, asking GPT to ask. So you give your own background, you give the company's background, a little bit about the role to GPT, and then say, be an interviewer and ask me all the questions that will be relevant at my age, my profile, my kind of role, and start practicing so that hopefully you're not caught off guard during the real interview. All right, next, let's move on to the opportunities that CMA US has here in India. The kind of companies, first of all, that are hiring CMA. So they are, of course, we know about the big four and the big six. You know about PwC, KPMG, Deloitte, EY, Grant Thornton, BDO, and then there are a ton of other companies. There is Goldman Sachs, there is Accenture, there is Cognizant, there is Capgemini, all these American companies, Apple, Amazon, etc., etc. All of these are ready to hire. We recently had students, a huge amount of offers that we got as mandates for our students from a company called Genpact. Now, again, guys, CMA, these are just simply ways to start professionally. I have team members who are qualified and are working with us full time, not in academics, but actually helping us grow our business as well. So CMAs can find their way in any case as long as they are able to help any business. We recently even won a placement award to help, because we've been able to help students get placed after getting CMA qualified. I remember there's another student in a remote tier 2, tier 3 city, somewhere near Chandigarh. Again, I made a video on her. She landed up wanting to study one of these qualifications, realized that CMA is one of those which is manageable by her, and she self-funded herself. She had taken training online with us, cleared CMA, and ended up getting the sort of jump in her career that she was so keen. And there's nobody around her in her city, in her town, who is actually giving these kind of counselings or is aware about CMA. She did her own research and realized that, okay, she's capable. She went for it, she cleared it within a year, and now she's moving ahead with her career. So all these kind of opportunities do exist. Over and above this, guys, our objective is not at Zell to just help you pass the exam. We really want to try and make sure that these kind of skills help you in the long run, make you a holistic finance professional. So we have two things in this case. Number one, included in this is something called a career booster, where we try to ensure that you have options to learn skills which are critical in the real world. Communication skills, financial modeling, mock interview preparations, Tableau, Excel, etc., etc. So that when you go into the real world, you're not just going with theoretical knowledge. Over and above this, we have a program called the Immersion program, where we take 50 of our students, take them to another location, and immerse them in the field of finance and accounts. So here what we do is we call CXOs, we call CFOs, we take you out into the market and ask you to understand financial models of different businesses, and then come and present it. Over and above that, you network with people, you learn how to build CVs, learn how to take interviews, learn LinkedIn, profile building, etc., etc. A lot of people have loved this program. They're coming back with just a different version of themselves because of this experience, building lifelong connections. And again, you build a community to help you become a better finance professional. And guys, click on the join button below, because we have exclusive member content such as mock interview preparation, mock exams itself, and much more for all of you. And lastly, when it comes to the favorite question of Indian students, what kind of salary can I expect? Well, if you complete both parts of the CMA exam and have no experience, you can start with 4 lakhs, but it starts going up to 6-8 lakhs. And if you have your experience of 2 years and you're a holistic CMA member, your salary will be above 6-8 lakhs. And the more experience you add, the higher and higher salary goes. The limit is on, you can, in the first couple of years, you can reach 12 lakh, 15 lakh, 18 lakh, depending on what company, how you perform, how your interview went, etc., etc. And guys, what is the fee structure? To keep it simple, if you want to complete the entire CMA qualification, you can do it in 2 lakhs. That also which includes everything. Your exam fees, your registration fees, your study material, your training fees, anything else that is required. In fact, if you're going through the student route, like I was mentioning, it might be a little more inexpensive for you as well. Over and above this is not all paid in one go. You paid over a period of 1 year, and it's not a qualification where you get cooped up in a campus for 1 year and you're stuck studying. This is an earn as you learn kind of a qualification. So if you are in a position to study and work together, almost any job you take, right, hopefully your salary will be definitely more than 2 lakhs. So across the year, as you study and give this exam, you can even earn it back, breaking even and nullifying the investment, making sure that any ROI, anything you earn in the future because of this qualification, has an unlimited return on investment. So in that sense, I recently got a student, my old ACCA student reached out. His younger sister, he was suggesting that what is the best qualification that she wants to do, which is least amount of time, relatively lesser cost, but has high value. And through our discussions, we came with CMA US being the best option for his sister. Because yes, effort is do not dilute the effort, but if you do put in the effort, the time and the return is extremely optimum for this qualification. Now, let me give you a few more details about this scholarship. Like I was saying, every 3 months, one lucky winner gets complete training for one CMA part worth up to 30,000 rupees for free. And what this includes is live instructor-led training, all study material, and professional guidance throughout your preparation. All you need to do is pay for, of course, the CMA body fees, whereas everything about all the Zell fees will be covered by Zell. Now, let me tell you how you can participate. First, click on the PDF down in the description below. Go through the questions carefully and drop your answers in the comments. Once that's done, there'll be a short interview before we finalize the winner. The winner's name will appear and be announced every 3 months, January, April, July, and October on our community tab. Just remember, the contest question changes every 3 months, so keep an eye out. And with that, we wrap up this deep dive into the CMA US qualification. Make sure you've subscribed if you've not already, and stay tuned for our upcoming mega series breakdown.